Hey, welcome back, my fellow investors. This is me, E.T., and remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just a self-taught investor who's always looking for ways to increase one's financial literacy and also increase one's net worth. Now, today's talk about it is going to be about the inflation numbers that just came out. All right, they were expecting, this is for the month of May, they were expecting 8.3, came out high at 8.6. No surprise to anybody. But also with that, they're also talking about what the Fed is going to do, and the Fed's going to be talking next week. We've seen the market drop. The Dow dropped on Friday, 800 plus points. There's also the talk of the looming recession. Remember, a recession, the definition of a recession is two consecutive quarters where the economy, the GDP, went negative. First quarter, January, February, March, we ended up, GDP was negative 1.4%. I've seen an adjustment where it actually came out to 1.5%. The second quarter is going to be at the end of this month and the end of June. We won't find out the GDP numbers until about on the 28th of July at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, no, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chances are it is going to be a negative GDP, and that's going to officially put us in a recession. Now, everybody's talking about they don't see, I'm talking about the people in D.C. who are talking about they don't project a recession until sometime in 2023. Okay, these are the same people who said the first time inflation reared its ugly head, said that inflation is transitory. And when I heard that, I already knew there's no way in the world you're going to be able to pump trillions and trillions of dollars into the economy and expect everything to be normal and stay normal for a period of time. So when I heard that, I was very skeptical. And everybody's afraid of the recession, but a recession is a part of the economic business cycle. We have to go through it. Now, with this 8.6 inflation for the month of May, realistically, that is not reflective of the price increases that we see in day-to-day living. Trust me, we all know that food went up more than 8.6% from May of this year compared to May of 2021. We all know that energy and transportation went up way more than 8.6%. Housing went up more than 8.6%. Investments crashed. Investments are down. So those are the things that really concerns the American people. I mean, we were talking about housing, transportation, and energy. That's what we spend the bulk of our money on. And to say that it's 8.6%, okay. All right. No. No. We're feeling the pinch a lot worse than 8.6%. So, what can you do? Well, the only thing that we can do, we can reduce our spending. We can reduce our debt. When I say debt, I'm talking about try to reduce that liabilities, those whether it's credit cards, student loans, try to reduce it. Try to also reduce your expenses. And expenses are going to be things like travel costs, utilities, and things of that nature there. We need to also save more, because the reason why I'm saying saving more is because right now, cash is king, and it is not trash. Cash is not trash. I understand that we're losing money. We're losing the value. Technically, your dollar is decreasing by 8.6%, even though I know it's more than that. But the bottom line is this here. The reason why cash is king is because, first of all, you're not going to be able to borrow money as much. And then second of all, when there's an opportunity out there, you're going to need cash, because to borrow money to take advantage of an opportunity is going to cost more. So your best bet is cash. And also, in addition to that, with Save More, we need to make sure if you don't have an emergency fund now, you better get one. All right. Once they officially announce a recession, we don't know how long it's going to last. Now, recessions doesn't last that long. It may last a year, maybe 18 months, 2 years, maybe. But the bottom line is this here. You're going to need some type of savings. You're going to need, these are the times where you really need that emergency fund. So save more. Now also invest more. And the reason why I say invest more, the market is flirting with the crash territory. It's already in a correction. We already know that. My investments is it's not looking good. Overall, I'm about 40% down on my total investments when it comes to the equity markets. But the reason why I say invest more is because I see more opportunities out here. Everything now is getting cheap. The evaluations of these companies are coming back in line. Some of them the evaluations are low valuations. So it is time to buy more stocks. Look for those opportunities and start buying. I'm not saying all out. The key when you're going to buy more investing in a down market is dollar cost averaging. A set amount, certain times at a set time, period. And just dollar cost average your way into it. Now, this is what I'm doing. Let's just kind of go over that list. When it comes to, we already know that the things that we need in order to survive. When it comes to food, one of the things that I'm doing when it comes to food is definitely I'm shopping at, the big lot stores, In my particular case, I like to go to Sam's. I'm buying more items in bulk. And, I have, two side-by-sides. I have a side-by-side in my kitchen, refrigerator on one side, freezer on the other, and one in the garage. Both of those freezers are full of various types of course, the meat that I like and so forth. Another thing that I'm doing, I'm not eating out as much as I used to. All right, I still eat out about once a week. I like to have pizza on Fridays, and I'll still do that. But I'm cooking, and I'm cooking more. And actually, I like it for the simple fact that it's relaxing, and there are some great recipes out there. I'll go on YouTube if I got a feel for something, and I'll try out some of those recipes. One that I recently tried that actually came out pretty good was some grits and rice, and that was pretty good. I enjoyed that, and it didn't cost as much to make it as it would be if I went out to a restaurant and ordered it. So that's one of the things that I'm doing when it comes to food. When it comes to energy and transportation, we already see the gas prices now is averaging about $5 a gallon in this country. Here in San Antonio, I went to gas up my truck today. It was $4.68. Luckily, I work from home, so I don't use my truck. I don't travel as much because I'm cutting back on my spending, and so I don't go out as much. To give you an example, I filled up my truck today. It only took 2.2 gallons. I went 33 miles in 3 weeks. Okay? So that's one of the things I'm going to do. It's a psychological thing. I am not going to let my gas tank get to 3/4 of a tank. So I may fill up my truck once, maybe twice, every other week. And it's not going to be much because I don't go to too many places there. But, I understand not everyone works at home, works from home and everything else. But one of the psychological tricks that you can play on yourself is to fill up often. I had a friend years ago. When we didn't have these gas prices going crazy, his name was Steve Brinke. He filled up his truck every morning on his way to work. Every morning on his way to work. And we laughed at him. But he just said, hey, it doesn't cost, I got to stop and get my coffee. I fill up my truck. It may be a gallon, no more than a gallon and a half. And he was good with that. But he says, hey, it's psychologically, I don't mind spending a few extra bucks. Or a few bucks, not extra, just a few bucks to fill up my truck. Well, that was his thing. I kind of like that idea. I'm doing that now. It's just that it's not on an everyday thing because I don't drive every day. When it comes to when it comes to housing, I'm lucky. The house that I'm currently in right now, I'm on a very, very, very low fixed rate mortgage, fixed rate interest rate. But I still feel the pinch of the housing increase. And the reason why is the value of the house went up. So that means my property tax went up. I'm paying more. All right. Let's see. In investments, like I told you, my investments went down. But what I'm doing right now, I am buying. There's a lot of good companies out here that I am buying. I am continue to buy on the companies that pay out dividends. I'm increasing my dividend portfolio. And also I am dollar cost averaging every 2 weeks into Bitcoin. I have crypto investments, but right now I am just laser focused now strictly on Bitcoin. My goal is during this time period, I want to try to accumulate at least one Bitcoin. Right now I'm at about a third of a Bitcoin. So I need to get that up to one. And especially now since the price is so cheap. And people say, yeah, but it's going to go down to 20. Oh, well, if it goes down to 20, I think that in the long run, Bitcoin is going to do what Bitcoin has already done. And that basically means shoot up, shoot down, shoot up, shoot down. But when you zoom out and you take a look at the long term, it's a long-term upward trend. So that's what I'm doing. But the bottom line, guys, is this here. We need to ride out this storm. This too shall pass. Guys, if you like the content, if you like this video, make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, notification buttons. And guys, I will talk to you on the very next video. With all of that being said, you guys remember this. You got to save, you got to invest, and you have to apply what you know, because knowledge is not power. It's the application of knowledge is power. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.